I get money in 2025. I have money in 2025.
The law of attraction says this. It says that whatever you think about, focus on, fantasize about, worry about, talk about, attend to, watch on TV, listen to on the radio, you're going to create more of in your life.
Do you know that the law of attraction is always working? It's like the law of gravity.
To attract money and wealth like a magnet, say these 3 powerful Louise Hay affirmations before falling asleep and upon waking up.
What come out your mouth is what's going to come back to you. It's the law of attraction.
How to use the law of attraction to get everything you want. This spiritual principle suggests that like attracts like, and positive thinking can usher in a more positive reality.
Whatever we say is what our life will be. And so if we are saying, I don't have enough money, then by law of attraction, we will not have enough money. We will continue to not have enough money. So simple. It's so easy. We just have to think about what we want.
You've probably heard the stories. People manifesting their dream homes, landing 6-figure jobs, or even becoming millionaires, all thanks to the law of attraction. But let's get real for a second. Is there actual truth behind this idea, or is it just feel-good pseudoscience? Can the law of attraction really make you rich, or is it all just a myth? Let's separate fact from fiction and uncover the truth about wealth manifestation through the law of attraction. I have seen discussions about the law of attraction starting to come into play again. And it's not surprising, being the beginning of the year and all. So as we begin thinking of how to attract new and better things this year, I just want to talk about this law of attraction. I want us to uncover what the law of attraction gets right and where it fails. And most importantly, how you can use its principles with practical strategies to start building real lasting wealth. Essentially, we will get to find out if there is a method to this law of attraction when it comes to riches. Just as a refresher, let's start with what the law of attraction actually is. At its core, it's this idea that your thoughts shape your reality. If you focus intensely on something like financial freedom, the universe will somehow align to make it happen for you. Think positive thoughts and positive things will come your way. Basically, to sum it up, the law of attraction says that anyone can attract whatever they want just by thinking about it consistently. So if you think about what you want and you really focus on it, you will manifest it in your life. On the other hand, if you think about the things you don't want, you will attract more of those things into your life. If you think about making a lot of money, money will appear in your life. If you think about having a relationship, you will end up in one. Likewise, if you think about why you don't deserve to be rich, or in a relationship, you'll become poor and lonely. That's all sounding pretty silly. And you may be thinking, we can't just make money appear out of nowhere by just thinking about it, can we? Now, let me tell you something. I'm sure this has happened to you before. You buy something and seemingly out of nowhere, everyone around you has that same thing as well. This happened to me when I bought my car. Suddenly, everywhere I turned, everyone was driving the same car as me. But in reality, those cars had always been on the road. It's just that after I bought mine, I started noticing them more often. I was driving around in one all the time, after all, which is basically like seeing that car 24/7 in my mind. The truth is, our thoughts can and do affect our lives. And this is because of a concept I like to call cognitive spotlight. This is the idea that whatever falls under our spotlight becomes more noticeable, relevant, and actionable to us. Now, keep that in mind as we take the law of attraction and apply it to a topic we are all interested in. Money. Let's say you start thinking about money more often. Not how you would spend it, but how you could make and save more of it. By thinking about money and having it in your cognitive spotlight, your decisions change. You might become more conscious about your spending, and you try to stop impulsive spending on things that you definitely don't need. Maybe you start planning on getting a raise at your current job. Perhaps you even start looking for a better paying job, or maybe you even start thinking of starting your own business. Your perception of the world around you also changes, and because of this, you probably start noticing opportunities to make more money that you didn't necessarily see previously. Now, when you walk by a piece of real estate, you might start calculating if you could maybe make money off the property if you bought it. You see it as a potential investment opportunity rather than just someone's living space. Essentially, you just start noticing options that were previously already there, you just didn't think about them before. Now, the question is, did you magically manifest these opportunities with your thoughts? Obviously not. The thing is, you are just able to finally see them because money is in your cognitive spotlight. Do you get it? So if you look at the law of attraction from this point of view, it does work. However, it's not the universe that magically helps you. It's your brain that does. If you give your brain a problem to solve, it will begin solving it. That doesn't mean it will find the solution though. But as we've seen, cognitive spotlight does have an effect. Now, believing in the law of attraction can actually do more harm than good. Hear me out. If you believe that you can just think about something and then it's going to happen, it's actually less likely to happen. That's because you probably won't form a plan and take action that would get you closer to your goal. If you just sit on your couch and think about being rich, you're actually doing yourself a disservice. You have to get off your butt and actually put in the work. The law of attraction doesn't work without the law of action. Having the right mindset alone isn't enough. You cannot think your way into a high-paying job or visualize yourself getting out of debt without taking action. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the biggest flaw in how the law of attraction is often marketed. It makes people believe that the thoughts alone are enough. And that's dangerous because it can lead to inaction. Let me be blunt and say it again. You cannot manifest your way to wealth without action. Dreaming about money and trying to attract wealth using the law of attraction alone while ignoring your bills, refusing to budget, or even avoiding investing is like hoping to get physically fit without ever leaving your couch. Ain't happening. Now that we understand what cognitive spotlight is and the power that it has, you might just be wondering, how do I keep something in my cognitive spotlight until it becomes a part of my consciousness? And if you're anything like a normal human being, you might have noticed that it's not easy to be constantly aware of something. That's because cognitive spotlight fades away if you don't refresh it. And the best way to strengthen it is to read, talk, and journal about the desired thing that you want to keep in your consciousness. Reading will expose you to new ideas and you'll become more conscious about the topic that you're reading about. So, if you start reading a book about maybe social skills, for example, you'll become more aware of all the little things that people do during social interactions. But when you're done reading the book, social interaction will eventually leave your cognitive spotlight, whether it's 1 week or even 1 month after. You won't be as aware of it anymore. You could refresh it, however, by reading another book. But the best way to keep something on your mind is to talk or journal about it. You see, both talking and writing are different forms of thinking. You're essentially putting your theoretical thoughts out of your head into a physical space. Talking will help you solidify your ideas and you'll be able to remember them for a longer period of time. Now, what's so great about journaling is that you can come back to whatever you wrote over and over again. That's why you should always write down a few key points in your own words about whatever it is that you learn. You can then come back, reread those thoughts, and refresh your cognitive spotlight. I do that all the time. So whatever it is that you want to change or improve in your life, get it on your cognitive spotlight. Have them on your mind, and the way you see the world will change. Read, talk, and journal about the desired topic at least once per week to refresh the spotlight. But like I said before, get off your chair and actually take action. The cognitive spotlight will help you, but if you're not actively seeking out things and taking action towards your goals, then nothing will happen. Don't be one of those people who think that if they just think positive thoughts, the universe will help them. The universe won't help you. You have to help yourself. So, does the law of attraction work for wealth? Yes, absolutely. But only if you use it as a tool, not as a crutch. Remember, thoughts may plant the seeds, but consistent action grows the tree. Because at the end of the day, the secret to wealth isn't magic, it's action. So now you understand how cognitive spotlight can shape your decisions and help you notice opportunities around you. It's important to know that awareness alone isn't enough. If you're wondering why some people, despite being smart and aware, still aren't wealthy, there's a deeper explanation for that. I did a video recently that breaks it all down. If you're so smart, why aren't you wealthy yet? It dives into the real reasons behind the gap between intelligence and wealth. Click here to watch it now, and I will see you in the next one.